A very warm welcome to all the new subscribers and lots of love and regards, as always, to all the existing ones. I hope everyone is doing well, and I'm here to do a quick reading on the overall energies for twin flames for the month of February 2020. And I was especially looking forward to this month because it happens to be my birthday month. And so I'm so glad the energies look positive. And to all those fellow Aquarians and twins who celebrate their birthday in this month, a very happy birthday to you in advance. Um, Before I get to the reading, I want to take a moment and thank all those people who have recently subscribed to my channel. And I do know for a fact that after my last message, which was regarding the harsh lessons around self-respect, a lot of feminine twins have written to me, have emailed me, and there has been an influx of subscribers. More than 100 subscribers have come up after that audio message, writing to me that my message was coming from a place of authenticity and it was very real. And yes, I lost my temper a little bit in that message. I All I can tell you is that first of all, I'm very grateful to all those of you who managed to find me and subscribe my channel, and all those of you who take out your time to listen to my messages, to connect for readings, and write to me that my messages are useful for you. So thank you very much. That means a lot to me. And the second thing that I want to say is that I am really not like someone who is operating from a place of greed. On the contrary, I'd rather go without doing any reading or not earning any money. But when I do it from a place of authenticity and practicality. And I really don't appreciate anyone who comes to me with a lot of curiosity, or instead of having an attitude of learning something from this path or imbibing those learnings into your life, you're operating from a place of lust, or you are disrespectful towards your own life and not willing to listen to real advice. So if you're that kind of a person, I'm really not the reader for you, because I don't sugarcoat things. I'm a real taskmaster. And by taskmaster, I mean that you can do anything in your life. But once you decide to take a reading, or once you decide to connect with me, I'm assuming that you're aware of the concept of twin flame. And this is something which a lot of people have asked me in the last 3 years now. I simply don't ever confirm that person X is your twin flame or not, is for the simple reason that as a feminine twin, you go to multiple readers to keep on confirming the same question over and over again. So, assuming you go to two readers and they say that, yes, this person is your twin flame, and then you go to two readers who say, no, this person is not your twin flame, and then I'm the fifth person you come to asking the same question whether this person is your twin. My point is that I don't want to be a part of the confusion in your life, because at the end of the day, you as a twin flame, or you as a person, what you want to understand is the fact that whether you're in love with this person, so whether this relationship is going to last, are you going to unite or not going to unite, and what lies ahead, right? That is the end of the story. And I also feel that there's a lot of hype created around the tag twin flame, whereas people are less bothered about being focused on their path and healing themselves, rather than finding out constantly whether the person is your twin and whether you're going to unite or not. These are the only two issues you're bothered about. And you just go on listening left, right, and center to different sorts of readers and all the readings, but very few people are actually focused on to becoming a better version of themselves. So as long as you are someone who is genuinely interested in some serious advice, you want to take charge of your life in your hand. We all, none of us has had a rosy life or a comfortable life. We've all been through some really tough challenges. So I don't appreciate people who are constantly stuck in that victim mentality, or not willing to come out of that victim mentality despite the great advice that you get from so many wonderful channels or people around you, or if you're constantly operating from a place of lust, because the twin flame path for me is no joke. And anyone treating it like a joke, there have been people I have refunded them like without even thinking about it, right? So please connect with me only when you're truly serious about committing yourself to your path, which is a very sacred path. And honestly, you cannot have like 10, 20 twin flames. It's just one person. It's a very rare connection. So it's there or it's not there. You cannot date and sleep around with 6 to 10 people and then ask me to do multiple readings for you. I am really not that kind of a reader. So please have some respect for this path and only connect with me when you have the clarity who your twin flame is. And yes, there have been some rare cases wherein I clearly specify that no, this person is not your twin because that person is an extremely toxic karmic partner. Okay, but other than that, I hope you understand where I'm operating from and what my logic is. Ultimately, every relationship that you have in your life, whether it's your parents, whether it's your husband, whether it's your boyfriend or a live-in partner, these are all soulmate connections. The only difference is that a twin flame connection happens to be a very, like, the most rare and the highest version possible of a soulmate connection. That's it. So our, if you're blessed enough and one of those people who has managed to truly find a twin flame, then see the blessing in that situation and learn from it and start working on your path. Because like I have mentioned in my previous messages, it's never too late. And this year is all about learning to walk the path alone, lessons around self respect, self worth, and self love. I also want to mention one thing. I'm just getting reminded of a client of mine. She was referred to me by another twin flame, and she was extremely in love with this guy who apparently was her twin flame. And I told her that at the moment, this person is not ready to open up or to be with you, but this person is going to connect with you by February 2020. Now, I had done this reading about 6 months ago, so just yesterday, I was just thinking about this person and I was thinking about the fact that, okay, now I have to do an energy check for February, so let me just check with her how are things and whether she got any contact or not. And I just casually, send her a text that I hope you're doing well and, I hope that you've heard from your twin and stuff. And what this girl wrote to me was that she sent me a voice note. And in the voice note, she mentioned to me that I was right. She did get a contact from the twin. However, she did not have the patience to be alone for 6 months, and therefore now she's with another guy. And she is, not totally happy, but she's just in a relationship right now, and therefore she's not sure what she's going to do about it. Now, my point is that, I'm sorry I'm taking a bit of extra time and not focusing on the main reading for Feb, but these are important things. Why? Because you need to understand one thing, that when you're truly in love with a twin flame and when you have truly found your twin flame, there is no concept of a doubt, frankly speaking. It gets extremely clear beyond a point that someone is your twin, and you don't even feel that frustration, or you don't even feel that restlessness to, frankly speaking, look around in 10 different places for love, or and the first person that gives you attention, you throw yourself there, or you have this kind of impatience to not be. Because honestly speaking, guys, I mean, your twin flame is not like a credit card that you need to carry all the time with you. It's like a perfume that you just spray and then this just lasts with you for the rest of the day. Of course, I'm talking about a perfume here, which is a very basic reference, but I'm sure you understand where I'm coming from. A twin flame is such a divine connection that once you have met your true twin, you are bloody not going to crave for any damn person. You can be extremely comfortable for the rest of your life without any kind of cravings, and finding so much joy to actually become the best version of your own self. And if you're not feeling that way, then there is seriously something wrong. Either wrong in the fact that either you're not a twin and it's just a concept that you've heard, or you are a twin flame, but there is a lot of healing and inner work that's needed. But whatever it is, just look at your situation from a place of practicality and authenticity, and conduct yourself in an ethical manner. And that's exactly what the energies of February are looking like. Because what I feel is that the month of February is trying to teach us the relevance of us being true to our path. And when we are being true to our path and being ethical and acting from a place of ethics and doing our best to move forward on our path, then our life purpose, we don't need to find the life purpose, the purpose will find us. So, this is another question that a lot of twins have, that how am I meant to know my life purpose? When we come out of these energies of lack, loneliness, abandonment, victimhood, putting and drowning ourselves in addictions and pain, when we come out of that and we start thinking about why we are here, what are my talents, and what is it that I can do to enhance forward, that's when the avenues start opening up, and you are little by little aligned with those people who eventually lead you to your path, whatever that might be. So, being a twin flame does not mean that you have to be a spiritual guide only. Your gift could be that you are perhaps a wonderful chef or a painter, or you make some really healing artwork which is meant to be shared with the world, or you are a great cook and you have to perhaps, or you're a yoga teacher and you have to share your light and spread your gifts with everyone. The avenues are unlimited. The field could be any. But what is important is that what is your calling? What is it that you are truly interested in doing? And what is it that gives you joy? And something that you're so good at that you can share with the world, right? Because the overall energies for the month of Feb, we have some really beautiful cards here. So, what I've done is the first row represents the overall energy where we have the Hierophant. The second row is the block for the month of February, and the final outcome is beautiful, which is the Soulmate card followed by Knight of Wands. Now, one thing that I have been mentioning on my Facebook page and sharing with my clients and in my audio messages over and over again is that February and July 2020 are two significant months where lots of 3D unions will happen. Okay. Now, again, the concept of a union for twin flames is different because it doesn't have to be a sexual romantic union at all times, because each twin flame story is different, situation is different, contracts are different. So maybe some twins are just meant to unite as friends and work on a common mission together, while some are supposed to get married, while others are just going to be in marriages and separate marriages and yet work. The idea is that when you come together, you could be living together, or you could be working together and not romantically involved, but you have a important part to play in the upliftment of the consciousness, the collective consciousness, and sharing your gifts. And how you both decide to do that, that's something. And there is one thing that is undoubtedly correct, that some of my clients have been married to their twins, some have united and about to get married, while I'm extremely happy to see that even for this month, the outcome as the soulmate card, I can assure a lot of people that a lot of you are going to certainly get contact from your twin. Now, again, this is a general reading, so I cannot be specific for each and every person, but A lot of twins I see are going to get some sort of a contact from their twin. For others, there will be this realization who your twin flame is, and this happens after a place of, spending time with yourself, after a place wherein you have been through your dark night of the soul, done a lot of healing, inner work, and you are beginning to see the results of your hard work, right? Now, I also feel that in this month of February, the energies are very spiritual because we have the Hierophant card. Now, the overall energy suggests keep an open mind. Your soulmate may differ from your usual type and expectation. And whenever I see this card, the first thing that hits me is a lot of same sex twin flame connections, uh, or people having some really challenging situations, like maybe extreme religious differences, or extreme upbringing, wherein you both are poles apart in many ways, or a huge age gap between you and your twin. And that's what makes you to think and reflect a lot. Because see, when situations are normal, when you are 20 years old and your twin is 22, then one doesn't really think so much. But when there is a huge difference, maybe you are married and you have two kids while your twin is single, or vice versa. Or I know that, one person is completely okay with the idea of a same sex twin flame connection, while the other may freak out at the thought of a same sex connection. So, these are the kind of differences I'm speaking about. Or some twin may be a famous public figure, a famous personality, while you happen to be a commoner, wherein you're not out in the public eye, you're not a famous person. And these are huge challenges. So, how do we bridge that gap? So, what I'm saying is that in the month of February, a lot of twins are turning to spirituality in some way to seek answers. Either you are becoming spiritual more than usual, or you are tuning into your higher self, or connecting with your team of guides, or some readers and channelers or psychics or whoever, to gain certain answers as far as your twin flame path and your life ahead is concerned. But what I'm also seeing is that this is a very positive sign, because a lot of twins in the month of February are at the brink of becoming a teacher, a guide, a mentor to a lot of other people, and sharing your unique talent. So you could be a teacher, you could be a coach, a counselor, and perhaps you are deciding to, you have already begun your own business or your own work, or you are planning to take some sort of a certification to to learn something new, to take your skills to the next level. And this does not restrict only to being a spiritual teacher. You could be a teacher in any field, frankly speaking, but your main passion is to perhaps guide people in some way. So it is possible that in this month of February, you are either enhancing your skills, or you are um, becoming more serious in taking your passion to the next level, which could be either starting your own business or beginning to share your work on social media platforms. And you may be, a little doubtful whether your venture will take off. You may be having certain doubts, because as a block, I'm seeing finances and abundance as a block. So, your miracle advice card for all the twin flames for the month of February is: I speak with confidence because the world needs my light. And your second affirmation or miracle message is: I dish out compliments sincerely and liberally. Now, when I, saw these two affirmations or miracle messages for twin flames for your overall energies, one thing that is being highlighted here, or one thing that's coming across strongly, is the need to not people please, a need to not doubt yourself, and a need to speak with sincere and genuine intentions, So you have to not doubt yourselves, and you have to operate. And just the way I was speaking about operating from a place of authenticity and genuineness, that's what is needed. So even when you're having a self talk, you're talking to yourself in your head, and whether this will work out or not, what should your next line of action be, speak to yourself with confidence. Don't let your mind do the negative self talk. On the contrary, whether you are speaking to yourself or to your clients or to anybody, be confident, be bold, say what you genuinely feel, because being honest is what is going to open up the avenues for you, and it's going to keep you motivated and confident in order to move forward on your path, right? As a block, like I said, Nine of Pentacles is a card of having a luxurious life, okay, having all the luxuries and comforts. However, when this is a block, maybe one of the things that I'm seeing is that there is a lack of playfulness, there is a lack of passion, there is a lack of energy for a lot of twins at this point in time. And you may be, some of you may be struggling to make ends meet, or your expenses are more than your profits at this point in time, or maybe you are stuck in a situation wherein you're just dealing with a lot, but there is little support. You're not able to support yourself financially the way you want, or there is a lack of stability the way you anticipate. And not only that, I feel there are certain health issues also. uh, I feel that some of the feminine twins may be having some sort of a food related, like a food intolerance, or a nutritional deficiency, or a lack of vitamin D, or maybe a lack of emotional support, which is making you feel very lonely, and a lack of motivation basically. And that's where your miracle message is that true abundance is an inside job, and your message is that I surrender it all. Positive affirmations are a very impactful way to quickly change your mindset from negative to positive, okay? But again, like I said, nothing is served on a platter to us on this path. You have to make conscious efforts to, to be your own guide. And that's what you have to be, because relying on YouTube messages and relying on constant guidance all the time, that's not going to help. Because ultimately, it's like we can drag the horse to the water, but you cannot make it drink, right? So you will have to make some really dedicated efforts. And the first thing starts with a positive mindset, right? So you have to tell yourself that I am an abundant being of light already, and I surrender everything, all my fears and my worries. And a very and a very effective technique whenever you are feeling low or insecure is to just quickly sit down in a calm corner, start deep breathing, and either repeat any affirmation 15 times in your mind, or you can say it out aloud, or you can only for 5 minutes focus on your breathing, and imagine yourself being surrounded by white or golden light, and just sit quietly, imagining that all your worries and tensions are being dissolved in that light, right? So while the lack of playfulness and a lack of financial security, and a lot of times maybe emotional security might be a block for some of you at this time, I also feel that some twins are feeling a little jealous and having that mindset that the grass is greener on the other side. So, for example, you see someone getting married and having kids or leading a happy family life, and then that insecurity creeps in that, oh my God, I'm single and I'm still unmarried, and what will happen to me? And am I going to be left alone? No one is going to take care of me. Those kind of, negative thought processes and insecurities, I see that happening for quite a few of you. And again, I just want to stress upon the fact that your job is to first heal your imbalances. And as you work on healing your inner insecurities and imbalances and energetic blocks, whatever you want to call them, as they start getting healed one by one, the right person who's meant to come into your life will be there for you. But if your constant focus is that I'm single and I have nobody to love me, then you're sending those constant signals out, and frankly, you're not going to see any progress. So, being a twin flame means being willing to walk this path which can get lonely without feeling alone. Okay. And honestly, these things that I'm sharing with you, trust me, no one is going to sit and spoon feed you every single day. So please think about everything that I'm saying. And the good thing is that as the outcome, like I said, we have the soulmate card, and that is followed by the Knight of Wands. And we also have the card number 5, which has a beautiful green tree which is full and lush green, and we have the rainbow light coming. So it's a very healing and a very positive energy. Some of you can expect to have some sort of an offer coming your way, which could be a creative work opportunity, a partnership, coming from someone who is, while this indicates a fire sign, but honestly, it could be any kind of partnership, but a very fruitful and a prominent partnership or a work opportunity that will be lucrative for you, or a fast moving message. But more than a career and a work opportunity, it also feels like many of you getting contacted by your twin flame, because the chances of that are very high. My only request is that when the contact happens, stay calm and don't ask too many questions. Just enjoy that process. Be happy hearing from your twin, hear about their progress, and share your happiness rather than forcing them to commit to you or get into a marriage, because you don't have to freak each other out. And the good thing is that when this message or contact comes, it will be a result of great healing inner work that has occurred on both the ends. And obviously, that's exactly why you even hear from your twin. Uh, while, like I said, some of you are going to, who still don't have the clarity about who your twin flame is, it will be made clear to you who your real twin flame is. And your miracle message, therefore, is that by the time the month of February ends, you are coming into your own power and you're learning to find your inner balance and the peace and the stability being restored. And your miracle message is, my presence is my power. I can find peace in every breath. And on that note, all I can say is that the month of February 2020 is all about focusing on your passions, how you can take your life and your spiritual path or your, creative abilities forward. Because as you do that, your path will automatically find you and align you with your true abundance, whatever that is, in whichever form. Just avoid gossiping, avoid any kind of negative chat, avoid indulging in behaviors that are from a place of ego and lust, and come into a place of heart space and being a genuine light worker. Shining, your focus should be how you can improve your life every single day. I also feel that some of you may be stuck up with some really manipulative or very controlling people who want things to go their way. But in this month, you're learning to get all those answers as to how you're going to get out of that situation in case you are not single, and how you're going to, find your way out and make your life better. Detach from the drama that relates to your twin and instead focus on finding your own inner stability first before the union or a communication can happen. And last but not the least, because the month of February also happens to be the month of love, I want to offer a $14 discount on the three main twin flame readings that I have. So, for example, if you visit my website and look at the twin flame readings section, the reading that is priced at $55, you can deduct 14 from that and you end up paying $41. So the $55 reading is now for 41, and the one which is for $77 would be for $63 after you deduct $14 from it. But this is applicable only for the first 2 weeks of February 2020 up until 14th Feb 2020. So if anyone is interested, make the most of it. But please make sure you read through my website and all the instructions. And I don't really need your pictures or birthdays. I only need the complete names and a brief description of your situation, and that's about it. So I hope this message has helped someone out there. And all I can assure you is that it's not just me, but so many of my fellow twins who have been working very diligently on our path, very joyfully on our path. We have seen some great improvements in our own lives, where we were 3 years ago and where we are today. That is the kind of joy and feeling of happiness that you get when you are genuinely working on your path. So it's not about the millions of dollars that one makes, but the millions of smiles that you generate and the good work that you do. It's not for anybody but yourself. So if you're healing, make your healing your priority because you want to heal, not because you want to show it to someone or you want to prove something to someone. Because as long as you will operate from hidden agendas, you're never going to see true results in your life. Okay, so on that note, I thank everybody who has listened to my message patiently, and I send you all my love and extreme gratitude for all the subscriptions, for all the love, for all the comments, and to all those of you who have connected with me for crystals, for readings, and for coaching sessions. So have a beautiful month of February 2020. And if there's any clarification, feel free to visit my website. Take care, guys. Lots of love. Bye.